right, so we should. Um, so we'll finish up the rest of the show. So let me go ahead and finish up the recaps. So recaps of Saints and Dolphins, and also Rams and Texans. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna give you the breakdowns. We apologize for the so. I don't know why the streams are not coming up. So we'll break down the box score. So everything's on the screen. So once again, I apologize. I mean, I know it's a, I know you don't want to hear me say I'm sorry 20 million times, but that's how we going tonight. Okay, first score for the Miami Dolphins. It was 3-0 on 11 plays, 47 yards, 6 minutes and 24 seconds off the TOP, and also 8:36 was the scoring play time. It was 3-0. The Dolphins made it 6-0 on a 15-play, 83-yard drive, 7 minutes and 27 seconds, and also 14:05. Now the Saints did score on a 12-yard touchdown pass play from Teddy Bridgewater to Emmanuel Butler. That was on 10 plays, 93 yards. So that was the first Saints score in the first half. Also, Miami did score on a Reese Horn 2-yard pass from Jake Rudock. 10 plays, 75 yards, 3 minutes and 59 seconds. It was 13-7, also 17 seconds off the scoring play time. Also, Miami did kick a 26-yard field goal, 15 plays, 77 yards, 7 minutes and 36 seconds. Also, 5:15. Also, Jacquez Rogers had a 1-yard touchdown run, 2-point conversion did fail. So that was on 13 plays and 65 yards. Later, 6:46 on the time possession, 13:29 off the scoring play time. So it was 16-13. So the Saints did lose by 3. 16-13 was your final. Last Thursday night, let me see if everybody's on Facebook. All the networks are on, so we had to reset. So let's give you the Saints performance. Teddy Bridgewater went 9 of 13. His quarterback rating was 117.7. He had 1 touchdown. Taysom Hill, 13 of 17 passing, 100 yards, 95.1 was his quarterback rating. Also, Devine Azigaboo had 14 carries for 22 yards, 5.5 average. Also, Jacquez Rogers had 7 carries for 33. Taysom Hill, 5 carries for 35 yards. His longest was 18. Also, Kieran Williams had 4 carries for 16. He also had a longest of 5. His average was 4. Shane Smith for the Saints had 1 carry for 3 yards. So that was on the Saints side. Let's give you the wide receiver side. Izigaboo makes 3 catches for 6 yards. Also, Emmanuel Butler, 2 catches for 20. Seal Grayson, 3 catches for 39. So he was his average was 13. Also, DeMonte Harris had 1 catch for -1 yard. Also, A.J. Derby had 1 catch for 6 yards. Jack Fritz Rogers had 1 catch for 9 yards. Also, little Jordan Humphries, he was the one in that video that made the catch. He had made that catch up the middle. That was on 1 catch and 43 yards. Also, Kevin Williams, 3 catches for 8 yards. Simeon Cobb had 6 catches for 42 yards. So that was something right there. So they had a pretty good performance. I say Butler had that 12-yard touchdown, 12-yard touchdown catch. That was on one of the drives. So I'm pretty sure if he does I'm pretty sure that he didn't make the squad. He probably made the practice squad. So he did make the practice squad. So hopefully he will be needed when called upon. So let's give you the Miami Dolphins recap. Switch that over. Okay. Jason Rudock had he was 22 of 29, 229, 117, 1 touchdown. Mark Walton had 12 carries for 52 yards. That was 4.3 average. So he was the main back. Myles Gaskin had 8 carries for 48 yards. That was against the Saints. And let's give you another one. Wide receiver core. Your main guy was Isaiah Ford with 3 catches for 37 yards. So he had 3 catches. Also, I'm saying his name, Chris Maoric had 6 catches for 78 yards in that game versus the Saints. So that was the recap. Let's give you the breakdown. Saints had time possession. They was beaten time possession 33 minutes to 26 minutes. Also, first downs, Miami had 21. Saints had the numbers. I'm gonna tell you, it reverses itself. Miami had 345. Saints had 305 in total yards. Passing, Saints had 181, 124 yards rushing. So that was on 124 yards rushing in the game. So they ran the ball in the game versus the Dolphins, but the Dolphins had 117, excuse me. So that is the breakdown of last week's game versus the Miami Dolphins. So Saints versus Dolphins. So let's give you last week's game on the Houston Texans. I'm gonna go over to the Houston Texans recap and give you their recap as well. I'm going to do that in just a second. So everything's right on your screen. Okay, let's begin the scoring drives. Joe Webb, the third, he was in the game. There was no Deshaun Watson. Sorry about that. Joe Webb, the third, was on 12 plays and 75 yards, 5 minutes and 29 seconds. It was up 7-0. Also, the Rams had scored on a 9-play, 72-yard drive. Took 4 minutes and 37 seconds off the time of possession. Also, the Texans kicked a 39-yard field goal, 13 plays, 53 yards. That was at 5 minutes and 28 seconds. At 3:03 off the scoring play time. Also, Justin Davis had a 4-yard run, 12 plays, 59 yards, 6 minutes and 22 seconds. Also, the Texans couldn't score, so they did lose the game 22-10. So they will play the Saints this coming Monday night. So let's go ahead and give you some breakdowns on the Texans. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Give you a Texans breakdown. Try to see if I grab the football stats. So let me do that. See if I grab them. I'm gonna grab them in just a second. Give you a little insight on them. We'll go to Football Outsider, and we'll break down their efficiency. I'll do that. FootballOutsider.com. It's a website used by many analysts and stuff like that. They break down the games and stuff going on. So let's give you the Houston Texans breakdown. I'm about to do that in 1 second. Team offense. Let's go over to the team offensive side. We'll give you the last year's team offense on the Houston Texans. Okay, Houston. Let's go ahead and scroll down. The Houston Texans will rank 21st. Last year they was ranked 21st in DVOA. So 21st total. Last year in the DVOA it was 25th. So 25th in the DVOA. That's the defensive over average. That's DVOA. So that's the adjustment stats. Okay, the WEI stats. The Texans was ranked 20th. The passing offense was ranked 13th. So they were pretty good. They were in the top 20 in passing offense last season. Also, the running game was not that good. The running game was ranked 26. For the Houston Texans, they were ranked 26 in those in that category. So that's something right there to look at. Okay, the next one we're going to be looking at is, let's look over some stuff. Let's look at the Texans. Yep. Also, their strength of schedule last year was ranked 6th. Also, their 9 AJ total was adjusted total. That's pass and rushing. They were ranked 20th in that area. So I'm gonna tell you, this team right here, the Houston Texans, it's not a good running team. To be honest with you, they're ranked 26th. They're ranked next to last. So that's something we can take advantage of in that game and stop that run versus them. So let's see if I can add some more stats. Give me let's see if I can grab some more stuff or grab some more stat information. Let me get some more stat information on the Texans. I'll do that in just a second. We'll switch it over. So it'll be on both sets. Short football. So short football stats. So I don't know why. So we're gonna go over to the Houston quarterback situation. That's Deshaun Watson. We're going to break him down. We're going to break his passer ratings down when played. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to put the Football Outsiders in this. We'll break them down. We'll break it down on there. Trying to get my stats on my screen. So we'll go over we'll go over Deshaun Watson's rating. Let's go over his rating. Let's do that. Let's do that tonight. Deshaun Watson. I don't know if I can do it. Okay, we'll switch it over. Okay, Deshaun Watson's quarterback rating. We're going to talk about his rating. Okay, let's begin looking at his quarterback rating. Overall quarterback ratings. We'll show you. Okay, his first one we're going to be going over is his going to the right. So he goes to the left side of the field. He has 6 touchdowns. His quarterback rating is at 100. So he throws for 1,219 yards. That's 126 completions out of 171 attempts. So his numbers go up when he throws to the left side. Now, when he goes to the middle, Deshaun Watson completes 85 of 111 passes, 863 yards, 6 touchdowns. His quarterback rating goes up to 109. That's going up the middle. So when he's throwing up the middle, his rating goes high. Now, also, when he throws to the right side, when he goes on the right side, it's a little short screen or something like that, he throws 7 touchdowns. He completes 120 passes out of 171 attempts. His quarterback rating goes to 102. So those two areas, when he throws to your left, when he throws to your middle, that's like short screens, like a little 10-yard, 15-yard routes, his rating goes up. Now, when he goes deeper, when he goes into the deeper territories, that's the deep balls. He completes 14 of 33 passes, 356 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He throws 1 interception, but he has a quarterback rating of 90 in games. He has a quarterback rating of 90. Now, when he goes on the deep ball, that's up the middle. That's going in the middle, down the field. Deshaun Watson is 3 of 13 of 23, so he's hitting those passes. But he gets 3 interceptions, so that's something right there. When he throws 13 out of 23 passes and throws for 378 up the middle, he's going to be trouble there. But he's got 2 touchdowns, but he also has 3 interceptions. Now, let's give you his. This is his highest rating right here. When he goes to your right, when he's throwing down that sideline on right routes when they're going down the towards the your right, and he's 16 of 32. He has 4 touchdowns. He has 2 interceptions. His rating is 109. He throws for 452 yards. So that's something right there to be concerned about. If you can make his quarterback rating go down lower by disrupting his timing patterns, that will be perfect. Now, let's go on first downs. Let's break this down on first down. Okay, first down conversions. His rating is at 104. He throws 2 touchdowns. He's 39 of 51. He throws 39 of 51 on first down. That's going on the on your left side. That's going to be short screens. So that's going to be like short screens and stuff like that, little patterns. Now, when he goes to the middle, he's at 101. So he goes up on first down. He's at 101. Now, when he goes to your right, when he throws to your right, that's going to be a screen pass. That's going to be little dump offs and stuff. He will get a quarterback rating of 92. He completes 40 of 58 passes. That's 448 yards. Now, on first down, he's kind of 2 of 5. So he's 2 of 5 when he's at 74 rating on his quarterback. Now, when he throws deep down the middle, which is a middle pattern, maybe 10 to maybe 30 yards downfield. That's going to be where he has a quarterback rating of 96 for Deshaun Watson. So that's another tool we use to break down these quarterbacks. Look, this is not no box score stuff. This is all what they tell you right here in these football breakdowns. Okay, next one. When it goes to the right side, his quarterback rating is 83. He has 1 interception. He's 10 of 5 of 10. So he throws 5 of 10 passes. So now this is on the second down. These are the last 2 downs in the game. On second down, he will have a 99 quarterback rating, 50 of 60. Also, he will have a 117 rating, and he also will complete 33 of 41 passes. He has 2 touchdowns. He has a 117. That's on second down alone. That's on second down for Deshaun Watson alone. Now, when he's on, once again, when he throws a little screen pass to somebody, that's on, his numbers goes up to 113. So that's on second down. So his numbers will go up to 113. So his highest number on second down is, I'd say, 118. So we'll get to that one in just a few moments, which is right here on your right hand side of the screen. He's 9 of 14 completion wise. He throws 2 touchdowns. He also has a quarterback rated 118. Also, middle. He's got 2 interceptions. So this is what stands apart right here. But his rating's still up in over 100 on second down. His rating is still up in the hundreds. Now, it comes down a little bit. He's completing 7 of 18 passes. He has 1 touchdown. Now in the third down conversions for Deshaun Watson. So we're breaking this down for you. So please don't get confused. This is just a breakdown segments. I break down this stuff all the time. Okay, let's go ahead and break this down. Okay, on third down conversions, he converts. Let's see. 34 57 passes. He has 3 touchdowns. He also has a rating of 91. Now, also, he completes 23 of 29 passes, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. His rating goes to 101. So that's on third down alone. So that's the third down conversions that Deshaun Watson's rating will go up. Now, when he's completing 30 of 43 passes and a 293 yards clip, his rating goes to 96. So that's a breakdown on Deshaun Watson's breakdown. Okay, let's give you completions. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm about to do that in a second. I'll give you another completion rate. We'll go ahead and go over Deshaun Watson's completion rate. We'll do that in a second. We'll break it down. We'll break it down to Houston. And I'll use Deshaun Watson's quarterback situation. And I'll use Deshaun Watson's chart. Okay, everything's on the screen. This is his chart. The overall completions for Deshaun Watson. We're looking at him right now. Let's begin overall. When he throws up the middle, he's at 74%. So I'm going to show it right on my screen. So it's at 74%. Also, when he goes to the middle, he's at 77%. So that's with Deshaun Watson all alone. Also, when he goes to the passes on the right side, he's at 70%. So his numbers on those short passes go up from in the higher 70s. Now, when he goes deep, which is on the left side of the screen, we'll show you the left side. He's at 42%. So that's another. It dips down to 42%. Now, when he throws to the middle, which is the deep ball middle, he's at 57%. Now, when he throws to your right, he's at 50%. So he's very good on those short passes. So the deep ball, not much. Deep ball, not much at all for Deshaun Watson. Okay, let's go over the first down completions. Let's begin with the deep balls first. Okay, the deep ball, he throws a right deep ball. He's at 40%. That's on first down completions alone for Deshaun Watson. Now, next one, he will go to 50%. That's up the middle. That's up the middle. So when he throws a ball downfield at the middle, he's going to be about 50% on first down completions. Now, let's give you the other one. Okay, the other one, once again, 50%. So the deep balls, I'm going to be honest with you, he might throw a good deep ball half of the time, but his completion percentages go down when he does throw deep. Now, when he throws short, that's going to be your shorter patterns, like maybe 5 or maybe 10-yard completions. Let's give you that. When he throws to your left side, that's on the short pass play, he's at 76%. Now, when he goes up middle, that's going to be 10 to 15 yards. So that's going to be your patterns right there, 10 to 15 yards. Or maybe I say 7. Let's go 7 to 9.5. That would be 72%. That's on first down completions for Deshaun Watson. Now, when it goes, once again, short passes on your right side. So that would be your short passes. That would be your, so that's your conversions right there. Now, let's go to the second down conversions for Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson, when he goes deep, that's on a deep left pattern. So when you go on deep left, he's at 39%. Now, when he goes deep middle, which is the big plays, which is the, I say, between 20 and 30 yards, he would be exactly at 63%. So his numbers would go up on that one. And then his numbers will go up on a deep right pattern. So if you're going deep, that would be the deep patterns, deep rights. So that's what they say, deep posts and stuff like that. Also, let's go over the small ones. When he throws a short left, that's like a screen or something like that, or a little dump off, he's at 83%. So his numbers would substantially go up. Now, when he's throwing short middle, which is the little curl routes and stuff like that, he would go 80%. Now, next one, when you go to the right, it's at 70%. So that's 70% going in. Now, on the third down conversions, let's go over that third down conversions plays. So that's the first one. On the deep left, that would be 50%. On your deep middle would be 75%. And also, not much on your deep right patterns. Now, when you go short right, short left, which is once again screen and stuff like that, he would be at the 60% mark. So his numbers dwindle when he does throw the deep balls. Now, also the short right, 79, and short right is 70, short middle 79. So short middle would be 79, and also short right would be 70. So that's something right there. That's something we're going to be looking at during the season. We're going to be these tell you a lot of stories right here about these quarterbacks and stuff like that. So let me go back to the other site. I'm going to give you another analysis on them. So I'll be honest with you. This is something right here. Look, we already went over this. So let's go over the offensive line breakdown for them. Let's do that. I'm going to go over the drive summaries for the Houston Texans. I'm going to do that in 1 second. Give you an in-depth breakdown on him. Okay, this is the drive summaries that happened last year for the Houston Texans. I'm about to do that. The drive summaries began. They had 179 drives, so they were ranked 18th in those drives. The yards for a drive was 32.70. The points On those drives was 2.09. The turnovers was on those drives was 0.84, so they was ranked third in that area. Interceptions on drives was also ranked 6th. Fumbles on drives was 11, so they fumbled most likely. So they had .034. Also, loss of line of scrimmage on drives was ranked 2nd for the Houston Texans. Let me go ahead and scroll it. Okay, we'll scroll it back down. Okay, next one is plays. They use 6.00 on plays. And let's scroll it down. Time of possession for the Houston Texans was on drives was 244, and it was ranked 20th. And also the special teams drives, that's it was ranked 20th. So I'd say this: Houston's coming in at 18th in the drives, in the offensive drives for the Houston Texans. So I'll look at it this way. That's let's give you their let's give you some more information, in-depth information on their drives. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Looking at it right here. Okay. Also, let's give you their 3-and-out drives. They were ranked 18th in those 3-and-out drives for the Houston Texans. Their touchdown and field goal drives was let's see, they were ranked 29th in those drives, so they were ranked 29th in touchdown and field goal drives. So also points in the red zone was 4.65, so they was ranked 25th in that spectrum right there. So I'll be honest with you, look, Houston in those red zone was ranked 25th. 25th. So I'll be honest with you, if you could stop this team in the red zone, that would be perfect. Because if you stop them, you hold them to a field goal, that would give the Saints the football back. So that's something right there. So that's something to look at. That was football drives and stuff like that. This is from once again, this is from Football Outsider. You can go to footballoutsider.com and get more information about your NFL team and stuff like that. Okay, let's give you some snap counts. I'm going to give you some snap counts about them, and we'll wrap this up for tonight, as I know I've been running my mouth for the last half hour or two and stuff like that, for almost 2 hours. So let me give you the Texans snap counts. I'm about to do that in 1 second. About to show you the Texans stuff. Okay, I'm going to give you the Texans snap counts. Okay, these are the guys right here. Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson. This young man, he played 99% of the snaps. He played 1,093 snaps. So that was last year. Deontay Hopkins, he plays 1,084 snap counts. He only played 2 on defense and 2 on special teams. So that's Hoskins. He plays Tyrann Mathieu. Tyrann Mathieu is one of the defensive backs. He plays only he played 1,045. So you will see Tyrann Mathieu in this game this coming Monday night versus the Saints. You will see him in there. Also, J.J. Watts. That's another guy you have to stop. You have to contain. It's J.J. Watts, because that sucker is going to make when he gets out of that pocket, when he blitz, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna be in trouble. Look out. He played 963 snaps, so he's at 90%. So he's in those snaps 90% of the time in games. Now their running backs. Let's give you their running backs. Okay. I'm about to give you their running back snap counts. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to go switch over to the running backs. Okay, the running backs that plays for them. Miller, he plays 619, so he's going to most likely be in the game. Also, Alfred Blue, the former LSU star, played 461. So 461 snaps. Also Howell plays only 3. So you might not see him as much in the game. So you might see some new Texans coming in the game this coming Monday. Now, Irvin, he plays 77 snaps. He only plays on special teams 93% of the time. So 93% of the time will be on the special teams. Foreman, he plays 31 snaps, 31 apiece. So that's another guy right there. That's going to be the biggest threats for the Saints defense. Let's give you the wide receiver breakdowns. Let's give you that. Their snap counts. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, their snap counts. Hoskins, that sucker right there. He only plays 2 on defense and 2 on special teams. Now Fuller, he's going to be another guy. He plays 375 snaps. That's 34% of the snap percentages. Also Thomas plays 359. Coty, he's a wide receiver. He plays 267 snaps. Also Carter, 201. Smith, 179. Coates, 37. So he's got 174, but he plays only 37 snaps. But the main focus is on the special teams for Coates. Also, Ellington plays 121, but it's at 11%, so it's not much on those snap counts. So that's the breakdown on the Houston Texans. I'm going to give you the point spread information in just a few moments. Let me go ahead and look it up. I'm going to look up, go to covers.com. We'll give you the recap. We'll give you the Saints and Texans point spread information. We'll do that in just 1 second. Wait for the matchups. Okay, the matchup on Monday night. Okay, Saints versus Texans is a 7-point game. So 7-point game for the Saints and Texans. I'm going to say this. If the Saints can come out and play their game like they did last year, have a significant running game, have a significant blitz on defense, keep Drew Brees out of trouble. That's the main things we're going to be concerned about when they go into this game this Monday night. Going into this game, it's the ability to make plays. That's something we are going to be looking at. So this is we'll show you the point spread information all around. Covers has it at 7. Bet America has it at 7.5. FanDuel is the only one that has it at 6.5. So FanDuel is the only one. Everybody else is mostly 7 points or greater. So I'm going to say this. If the Saints can come out, I think the Saints can cover this point spread. It's going to be a good game now. I mean, make no mistake about it. This is going to be a good game to bear. Because, look, it starts off the season on Monday Night Football and stuff like that. Look, all the Saints have to do is limit the Texans' ability to score. That's all they have to do. If you have stupid penalties like pre-snaps and stuff like that, you're going to lose the game. That game against Miami, it's an absolute wake-up call to things to come in this season. You cannot play shitty football and expect to win games. That's something you cannot do. So that's my take on it for tonight. The last 10 meetings, this is the last 10. We're showing you on the screen. Also the Saints' last 10 as well. So we'll give you an that is my analysis on this game. I say the Saints this is the trends we're showing you. I'm going to show you these trends for a few seconds on my screens. Okay, in ATS games, the Texans are 3-7 in road games. Also 1-3 in the last 5. Also on Monday night, they're 3-10, so they don't have a good record on Monday Night Football. The Saints, but also Saints are 1-4 versus the ATS is on Monday night games. This is I'm not trying to scare people to death. I'm trying to get people to understand this is what they're talking about in these stats. Yes, I think they will cover the 7-point spread. It most likely will be a good game, Leo, the Texas game. So this is what we're talking about. We'll go over it. Saints all 1-4 in their last 5 Monday games. Also 0-4 in their last home game. That's against the ATF. That's against the spread. Don't get confused with their home record and stuff like that. This is ATS. It's called against the spread. Also, they're 0-5 in their last 5 games versus week 1. Also, 0-5 in their last 5 overall. Also, 0-5 on field turf. This is on the OTS over and under. The Texans are 4-1 on field turf. Also, they're 4-1 in week 1. Also, 8-3 in the last 12 in the month of September. So that is something that's against the spread. Now the Saints are 5-0. That's in the over category, over and under category. Not the ATS, over and under. They're 5-0 in the last 5 games, week 1. Also 4-1 on Monday night games. That's in the over and the under. Saints are 7-2 in the last 9 overall. Also 6-2 in the over in the last 8 games combined. Also 5-2 in the last 7 on field turf. Now, the favorites, head to head, is 4-0 in the last 4 meetings. Also, home teams 4-0 in the last 4 meetings. So that is your analysis on the Saints and Texans. So once again, we'll clear. We'll make a clearance. I'm about to turn this off. So I've been doing this for almost 2.5 hours. Okay, welcome. This concludes tonight's Wednesday Night Coaches Show and also Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show for Wednesday, September 4th. We'll be back tomorrow. Another breakdown. No breakdown. Southeastern will not play this Thursday, Saturday because of the Hurricane Dorian. So we will have regular news and stuff like that. We'll recap baseball tomorrow, so that will be tomorrow. So no Southeastern breakdown until next week against Ole Miss. So everybody, once again, have a good rest of your Wednesday evening, and we'll be back tomorrow with the Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show. Also, we'll have the sports podcast on at night. So everybody have a good rest of your Wednesday night. So everybody have a good evening across the world and across the country.